Hello everyone, welcome to Perseverance IAS. If you are new here, please do click the subscribe button. Turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any video that I try to upload on this channel. Please like the video, share the video, and do leave a comment below. That would certainly help the channel. Now, moving on for today's video. Today is September 28th, that is Tuesday. These are the important articles that you have to read in the Hindu newspaper for competitive examinations. The first article is Jobs up 29% since 2013, says survey. Any information regarding employment is very important. UPSC always asks questions in regards to this in mains. What are the factors to unemployment rates? What are the facts for higher employment rates? How can India address unemployment? How can India improve employment? And why India struggles with highly labor intensive employment sectors. That is where you have to concentrate. This article will certainly help you in improving your answer when similar questions are asked in mains. From that perspective, please do read this article. Now moving on, PM launches health ID for every citizen. This article is very important given the pandemic and the importance of technology in healthcare. From that perspective, do concentrate on. This article talks about three things. One is Arogya Setu, CoWIN and eSanjeevani platform. Learn what those are, why they are important, how India can use telemedicine to improve its healthcare infrastructure. Very important, please do concentrate. Now moving on, right to government aid, not fundamental right, Supreme Court. This article is very important. This has a lot of precedence. Please do read the constitutional background to this article. What are the articles that they are talking about in this item? Please concentrate, don't leave it back. Now moving on to next. To page number 6, that is editorial words and deeds. This is in regards to Prime Minister's speech in UN General Assembly. Why it is significant, what are the background for it, where are the areas where India needs to commit itself for better democracy, and so on and so forth. From that perspective, please do read this editorial, very important. The quad could end up running out of steam. This is in regards to quad. Anything in regards to quad is very important. Please do read. Don't take most of this, just take the nuances. That is enough for your examination perspective. Now moving on, high water. This is again in regards to cyclonic storms or fallout from cyclonic storms. This is again an environment and economy related issue. Please do read it. What are the mitigation technologies that are available to us to reduce the fallout from cyclonic storms? What are the technologies that we can deploy to better monitor, track, and predict such kinds of cyclonic storms? Now, this also talks about the human side of it and environment side of it. You have to read it from all of those perspectives for both prelims and mains. Now moving on to op-ed, measuring regional diversity. Again, this is in regards to National Institute ranking framework for calculation of regional diversity in educational institutions. Learn about the rankings, learn about the framework, learn about the parameters for which the rankings are given. Don't get into that data. Apart from it, I don't see much of an importance. Just learn what NIRF rankings are. Now moving on, revitalizing PM Kusum. Learn the scheme. There are three components: component A, component B, component C. It has three components in this scheme. It has been recently extended the scope. The cabinet ministry has recently extended the scope of this PM Kusum mission. Learn what were the extended parameters are, how it is advantageous, what are the issues with it, what are the roadblocks with it. This article suggests 5 possible solutions to the problem that PM Kusum scheme is currently experiencing. Please do read this. This is again an important for both prelims and mains perspective. Now moving on to page number 8. Set up digital archive of all workers at Parliament site. This is again an informative article. I don't see much importance from exam perspective, but nonetheless, Prime Minister visited the new Parliament building site, and he wanted every worker to be enrolled in a digital archive so that future generations can know who helped in the construction of the parliament. Again, I highlighted the jobs increased by 29% since 2013 survey article, because this chart gives you which sectors have seen growth. Are those sectors useful for Indian economy? Do they aid in Indian economy in sustaining for long periods of time? Please do read it from that perspective. That is a very important article. Now moving on, army trying to fix issues with indigenous guns. Learn what are the indigenous guns are, where they are manufactured. Apart from it, don't worry about it. Now moving on, DRDO test Akash Prime missile. Learn what Akash Prime is, learn range, learn whether what is the technology involved in it, what is the program, IGDPM, Integrated Guided Missile Program, is where led by Abdul Kalam, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Learn about it. The acronym for the missiles that came out of that program is PATNA, PATNA. From that perspective, remember this article against prelims perspective. Now moving on to next page. Page number 10, PM launches health ID for every citizen. Again, this is related to first page. Very important, don't miss it. Now moving on, government notifies COVID compensation. This is in regards to COVID compensation to be given to COVID victims or kin of COVID victims. From that perspective, please do read this article. Learn about what is the Disaster Management Act says about it, what is the constitutionality of it, what are state disaster response funds, and where to get their money from. From that perspective, read this article. Now, Jaishankar in Mexico for independence celebrations. Learn India and Mexico's relationship and where do we coordinate with each other. What is the future looks like. From that perspective, just read it. As of now, I don't see much importance until something changes. Now, only 2 states sought extra grains. What is this extra grains is about? Apart from it, just I don't see much important. If you should, skip it. Now, this is in regards to again first page, an institution's right to government aid is not a fundamental right. This is very important. This talks about certain articles from the Constitution. Learn what those articles are and what the Supreme Court is saying in this judgment, because this judgment could have long repercussions and future impact on future cases too. Now moving on to business, page number 11. ICRA raises FY22 growth estimate to 9%. What are the factors on which they are saying that the growth rate is to be estimated at 9%? That factors are important to know how economy is doing. Now moving on, center to extend foreign trade policy till March 2022. What the foreign trade policy is, what are the guidelines for it, how it is useful for Indian economy. From that perspective, please do read this article. Next, this is very important. Cyber attacks caused up to 7 crore loss for SMBs. What cyber attacks are, science and technology perspective. What impact is it going to have on Indian economy and Indian firms? 3. What are the protocols in India to prevent cyber attacks? Are there any institutions CERTIN, SCERTIN? Learn about it. What India is doing to avoid or prevent cyber attacks. Very important, learn it for both prelims and mains. Now coming to the world, UK warship makes rare transit via Taiwan Strait. Map pointing, very important. Understand China-Taiwan relationship. From that perspective, very important. Canada should draw lessons from Huawei case, says China. This is again a prisoner exchange or World War III prisoner. Okay, I'm joking here. This is in regards to recent prisoner exchange that took place. Learn about it, learn about the people. Understand why China is saying something like this. Apart from that, don't concentrate much. Now moving on, more than 60 killed in fierce fighting in Yemen's Marib. Again, map pointing, you have to concentrate on that. And as I said, you have to also learn about the Taiwan Strait, South China Sea. That is again map pointing perspective. So these 2 articles are map pointing. And this Canada should draw lessons from Huawei cases against China's intimidation of other countries. These are the important articles that you have to read in the Hindu newspaper for competitive exams. Once again, if you are new here, please do subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification icon so that you don't miss any videos that I am uploading. Please do like the video, please do share the video, and leave a comment and let me know how you uh, what is your opinion on these videos. Thank you. Stay safe. Namaste.